We're live.
We're live.
Uh-oh.
Hello,
Looks like
everybody.
everything's working.
That doesn't sound right.
Shut up. Shut up. Damn. I'm trying here, man.
You know what's not working? My iPad I was going to bring with me is totally dead.
Are you like?
What the fuck happened
Won't even
to
turn on.
I think it's been like powered off for so long. It's got to like charge from total empty.
Hey,
So-
did you bring that thing to help me fucking fix my thing?
Oh shit!
God damn it.
That was a very
I forgot
clear
that.
sentence.
I understood
God
what he meant.
Damn it. God. Well, I pointed at it.
I can't even see that part. I just
Bring that
I knew
thing to help me
exactly
fix
what
my
you meant.
thing.
Yeah, fix my thing, man. God.
I can drop that off tomorrow.
It's okay. It's not a big deal.
You're such a bad friend.
I can also just I can just give this to you.
You can do that too. Yeah.
That's fine. I'm trying to revive an old 2011 MacBook.
Oh, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
For reasons.
I just want a Mac. I just want
Yeah.
it sits there and just like gathers dust. It's worth nothing. But if I could like make it actually function, that would be pretty cool.
No, I'm not.
So-
I'm not judging. I have lots of old computers and shit that
Yeah.
I don't need.
It's like I there was moments where I was like, I am going to like just trade this in, but the trade-in's like fucking like $50 or some shit. It's like not worth it to trade in
And
a MacBook.
odds are, if you don't have anything installed either, they will go, oh, there's no OS. We're going to send it back to you. They did that to me. And I was like, I
Jeez.
erased it on purpose because I know how to do
I
that.
thought you wanted it that way.
Yeah, I was like, nobody wants this. You're recycling it, right?
Yeah. Wow. That's incredible.
But somebody
well,
wanted it.
Yeah, someone did. I want this one, and I cleaned it, and I put new RAM and new new SSD in here.
And your other Mac is just too new for you to do anything with that one.
Well, the real reason is that I've been playing keyboard on the live gigs, and
Yeah.
like iPad's working, but
Oh yeah.
a lot of times I have to read music
Right.
while I'm doing it, so I have to do like the picture-in-picture thing, and I can't like GarageBand won't be the small one. So I have to have like the chart be the small one, and
That
it's
makes
like
sense.
so hard to read it.
Yeah, we're not getting any younger.
But if you have a MacBook, you can do main stage if you want to do anything with that. So
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that I could do with this versus. I mean, my iPad's great. I love it. It's literally just the fact that it's been sitting for so long and the keyboard stuff, and I'm like, I should fucking fix this.
Yeah, why not?
It's totally worth it. So yeah, that's what I'm
yeah,
doing.
welcome to our tech podcast. Dave's right at home.
Yeah, where I won't say anything.
Star Wars or tech? What do you want?
Tech.
Okay,
That's fair.
that is fair. Morning. Welcome to Don't Be the Artist. I'm Hagen.
I'm Dave.
I'm Adam.
How's everybody doing today?
My arm is sore.
From what?
My booster shot.
Oh,
Really hurts.
Fucking
Really hurt? Like more
live.
than the previous ones hurt?
I don't remember.
Or you just forgot how much
forgot.
those hurt?
Just ignored my lib comment.
That's fine.
That's the
I know
way to
who I
handle
am.
that.
Yeah, that is the way to handle it. That's
Yeah.
very true. That's
Yeah.
very true. Nice.
It hurts.
You got it this morning, right?
Yeah,
Nice. Very cool.
lady was very nice to me.
I mean,
That's good. I would hope so.
Yeah, I would hope
Well,
so
I don't
as
know.
well.
I would
Yeah.
hope the people doing the boosters aren't sitting there going on about like some random like QAnon theory or something.
Jesus fucking Christ. That would be crazy.
I was worried it was going to cost money because I don't have insurance, but it was free.
Yeah, they're usually
yeah,
they've been free.
They made a whole deal. It's going to be free again.
Yeah.
But I asked when I went to Walmart a little while ago, last week, I was like, how much is the vaccine without insurance? And they're like, $150.
They don't know what they're fucking talking
Well,
about.
that's Walmart.
Yeah, no, it's Walmart.
Okay, yeah.
That's Walmart for you. I have had a headache since 8 a.m.
There you go.
It's pretty much gone now, though.
Yeah.
That's good.
It started to subside, and I felt myself teaching, and I was like talking more and more energetic, and I was like, yeah, so this great thing about the major scale is, and I was like, this is not,
I'm alive!
this is not that exciting. It's also like all of the drugs like hitting me at one time.
Well,
'cause I've
yeah,
been, like,
pounding it and pounding caffeine and water.
Yeah, well, so this is the second refill of this for the day.
Damn. You're,
I need it.
for anyone
my
who
headache.
can't tell the scope of how big this is, look at my beer next to that.
Well,
They say size doesn't matter,
doesn't
baby.
it say how many ounces is that?
64 ounces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We have some Canadian viewers that really measure things in ounces.
that's fair. Actually, yeah. What would that be in Canadian?
A gallon.
liters and milliliters.
Do you guys not have gallons?
Well, we have a gallon.
Boom.
That's a gallon of water.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
pretty
64
universal.
ounces is, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I would hope a gallon is the same. You get your milk
you're
in a
asking the wrong
bag and
guy.
a gallon, right? Like,
You're asking the wrong guy.
did you have milk in bags when you were growing up?
Oh yeah. Still.
Dude, milk's gross.
milk's gross, but milk in bags is
It's
interesting.
even more gross.
No, it makes a lot of
It's the
sense.
same thing.
God, it's just like soggy fucking. So
What do you mean
Soggy?
soggy?
It's a plastic
liquid.
bag.
it's so stupid.
It's not a paper bag. The best thing in the best bagged liquid that I had growing up being Canadian was
Wine.
bagged juice.
Okay.
Juice bags, baby.
You guys just bag everything up
We
there.
have we have juice boxes.
Yeah, we got those
There's a
too.
bag inside of the box.
You got options.
Yeah, but I don't need to know about the bag. Just tell me
It's
what
a
the box.
secret bag.
I saw someone. I
Just
saw
double-
someone
double the
walk up
littering.
behind someone drinking a juice bag and squeeze the bag as hard as they can, and the juice came out of the kid's nose.
I feel like that happened a lot.
Probably,
Bullying.
yeah, it was a bully.
Yeah.
It was definitely,
Bullying.
yeah. In hindsight, that kid was getting bullied.
Yeah, damn. Well,
I just like the sentence like a kid drinking a juice bag.
Well, that's the thing.
I know
right?
it sounds normal to
for,
you.
I don't
for
like
Halloween. I would get like 100 juice bags.
that is so lame. That is the lamest
I think it's
shit.
great.
That is the lamest shit I have ever fucking heard in my
Yeah.
entire life. Maybe I'm just American as hell
No,
and a fucking glutton.
You need candy.
But
Yeah.
like, if I was a kid and I went to someone's house and they gave me a juice bag instead of a fucking Reese's, I'd be like, this is bullshit.
Well, it would be like a juice bag and a tiny candy. You get two things.
tiny
You're not just
candy.
you
gonna
get two
a
things.
juice bag.
You get
yeah.
a juice
So
bag.
it's like if we
and
got
Yeah.
a juice box and a little tiny candy,
Like
like
a juice-
a juice
single
box and a
M&M.
Reese's.
still in so
You would
fuck-
discriminate the juice based on the container that it's in.
say that. See, you gotta be very careful when you say juice in,
Juice?
in that sentence.
Leave the juice alone.
Okay. Anyway,
I've got to go.
yeah.
I have a job.
I feel as though if I was a kid and I was given a juice box at Halloween, I would be very confused. Highly.
You would want to
Box?
exchange that for an actual
Either
candy.
fucking way, juice
Pour it in
box
a cup.
or a juice bag. I don't give a shit about what container it's at that point. It's like Halloween's about candy, not about fucking
Oh my, liquid.
juice.
Oh my god.
What are we talking about here?
Did you ever get like a can of Coke for Halloween?
No.
What? Oh my god.
Why the fuck would I get a can of Coke?
Y'all got to go trick or treating in Canada.
Why is
It sounds like I
not a
don't.
bag of Coke?
Great. What?
Why is it not a bag of Coke?
Because it's carbonated. That's a fair question.
Can't they figure out the science behind that?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. You'd
Just
have
a
to ask
big
one of our
inflated
5
bag.
scientists.
5 scientists.
Yeah.
That seems optimistic.
Anyway,
Uh,
it
we're
is
on
topical.
track.
It's October. It's topical.
Yeah.
It's a good one. That's a good one.
Thanks, man.
We're not talking about spooky songs though. I fucking hate that shit. But we are talking about our announcement, which is very exciting.
We're not going to make you wait till the end of the podcast.
No, I wanted to do it at the very, very top, but we got lost in the sauce. So, big announcement. Here we go. Ian said you go to those houses twice, the juice ones.
My Canadian brother
So you
in
can
the
get
chat.
double the juice?
You'd rather have liquids than candy. You're not a kid anymore. This is irrelevant.
No, I mean, I agree now. You go to somebody's house as an adult and they give you like a beer, maybe. That's great.
God,
oh,
blood of my fucking
We had people come the first year that my wife and I were living in the house that we're in now. When people came by, we gave the kids candy, full-size candy
Full
bars,
scale candy bars, yeah.
and we gave the adults little miniatures.
Exactly. You gave the adults that shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't give the kids that,
I'm not saying alcohol. You wouldn't.
but I would
them-
give the kids juice.
and they would call you lame old man.
Have you had this
That's
discussion
fine.
with your wife?
No,
Are you,
I haven't thought
you're
about
gonna
that in such a long
You're going to have to
time.
talk about like how many juice boxes you guys need to have now.
no.
And full-size
Hagen's
candy
so
bars.
triggered
You can
by
still
this.
do that.
You're so
Because
triggered by this.
because it's ridiculous.
It's not a big deal, man.
Because
You would turn down the juice?
Because it's ridiculous. I wouldn't turn down the juice. I was a polite,
Hagen
scared
hates
kid.
juice.
No, you would
Stop.
You would take the juice.
Hagen hates the juice.
Stop. I hate OJ. I hate OJ. I hate OJ.
I think
the
that's fair.
juice.
That's not a controversial take
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, he said the juice. I have to pivot
Yeah.
somewhere.
Is that his nickname because of steroids?
Probably.
Nope. It's because he liked orange juice. And
Oh
his
my
name was
God.
OJ.
Oh.
Oh, fuck, dude.
You're not expected to know that.
Thanks,
They
Adam.
called him OJ. It's the juice.
I never put that together.
That's wild.
I never
we go.
put that together either.
That's
Well,
wild.
thanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
And but he really did like orange juice a lot,
yeah.
and murdering 2 people.
He really liked those both things. My wife said she's ordering the juice now. You're coming to our house for Halloween, dude.
doing-
You're not getting any candy.
Yeah,
Just juice.
Just juice.
I'm doing none of it.
Oh.
None of that. I'm doing none of that. And you can't make me. You can't make me.
You're
do
right.
It. You can't make me. I don't want the juice. I don't want the juice. We have an announcement. We are we have officially launched our Patreon. I'm about to put it in the description of this live stream as well in just a second. Our first episode is currently uploading. It's very, very exciting. So it costs $5 from the Patreon. You get a couple of things if you join. You get yourself one of these little koozies right here. And then are we doing coasters or magnets or both?
Both.
Both.
Oh, dang.
Both. So you get a little coaster and you get a little magnet. They say stuff on them. You're gonna have to get it yourself to find out. $5 gets you that and exclusive content. So the first episode is currently uploading right now.
Like literally right now.
Because Safari won't upload it on Patreon. I had to do it on a different
The different browser worked?
Yeah.
Chrome worked. Yeah.
My God.
It's unfortunate.
Supposedly, it's currently uploading. We'll find out.
That's Album's job. That's how he fixes things at work.
What?
Try it in Chrome.
Try it in Chrome.
Well, I mean,
no, actually, that is kind of it for my current job because we are not allowed to use anything else.
Wow.
Wild.
I'm the person who tries to use another browser like Safari, and then I find out it doesn't work, and I tell myself I have to use Chrome.
So not only is this an announcement day for us starting and launching our Patreon, but it happens to coincidentally land on the day that Patreon fully redid their app. That is an actual coincidence.
It's no, we're a launch partner.
We're a launch partner. And the app is. I used to have big gripes with their app. It was good, but their app is awesome now.
It's actually, I would say, it's actually good now.
Yeah, and there's a new chat feature that you can chat with the community in that Patreon as well. So if you are fans of the show and you join the Patreon, then you can chat with other fans. And we're not doing shit. But if you join the Patreon, keep an eye out where we have the option to do extra live streams there. We have the option to do anything, and like there's no like copyright shit stopping us. So like, if we wanted to listen to like a full album and not be worried about anything taking us down, then we could do it on there. So we have a lot of options. Dave, do you want to tell them about our first episode?
So the idea behind the first episode is that Adam is the only non-active musician on the show, but he has a history of playing the saxophone. So we decided to do an episode where Hagen teaches Adam how to relearn how to play the saxophone.
It didn't turn out that way.
It didn't turn out that way.
And then as a bonus, though,
Hagen plays the clarinet.
And as an extra bonus, Dave plays both.
I try to play both.
Yeah.
I have better luck with
it
the
happened.
clarinet.
Everything was good. What do you mean?
So definitely, I will put that link in just a second, but you can go and join the Patreon. $5 a month gets you exclusive content and all the fucking merch. And as long as that people keep liking it, we'll keep putting more stuff up there. And who knows what's to come of it.
I will say if you join and you have an idea for something for us to do, we will actually listen to you then.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. That's very true.
To be fair, we'd listen
We
to you
would listen
anyway.
to you anyway, but like we'll extra listen to you and we'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
There's
unless it's going to get us in trouble.
Patreon is a really cool thing in that like you really can just like connect so closely to everybody on there. So yeah, let's it wouldn't let you sign up.
Oh, well, maybe is it because he's in Canada?
Do they not allow Canadians?
No.
Do we have to call Jack Conzi?
Yeah.
Honestly, I guess that could be a thing.
I don't. There's no way. I'll put the link in, and you can try directly from the link and see if that does anything. I'll put the link in chat, and then I will put the link in the description. And boom. If you guys want to go check it out, go check it out. Again, there's nothing there yet. And for anybody who likes audio versions, we will have the audio version uploaded as well. So if you just like to have it on in the background, not worry about the video part, that will be uploaded as well.
Yeah, each special episode will have an audio only version.
Yeah.
May not, totally translate because some of this stuff's going to be more visual, maybe. But
yeah, like for example,
if you're like me and you don't care about that and you want to listen to a podcast feed, you'll be able to get that and put it into your podcast app of choice.
Yep. But yeah, that's our announcement. We're really excited about it. And we're really excited to keep doing more of this kind of fun shit. Yeah. Anybody got anything else about the Patreon?
I'm just super excited about it.
I hope it uploads, and then I'll be excited about it.
Yeah.
I hope it is a thing. Cool. Well, we can jump into some news and some other shit if you guys are ready.
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay. There's quite a bit of things to talk
We
about.
got a lot of news.
And you know what? We should talk about this beforehand. Depends on how long we go, because we might go too long and we might have to pause it
Transition.
and then save the rest of it for the Patreon. So we'll see what happens though. So but let's jump into it. So Live Nation has launched their On the Road Again program. Okay. Now, before we dive into what that program is specifically, I want to refresh everybody on merch cuts at venues. Okay. So for those who don't know, venues, a lot of bigger venues, most bigger venues, especially the ones that are associated with Live Nation and Ticketmaster, take a cut of a band's merch. And it is not cool.
I was about to say, they don't do anything to get that cut other than providing you the space, which you're already paying for by performing.
Right.
Yes.
So
and you might say, well, can't you just not play at those venues?
Right. Can't you
Or
just...
just not sell merch in the venue and sell it outside out of a truck?
No.
So the
I
options...
have seen somebody doing that. It was kind of great.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, there's no way that Live Nation's cool with this, but the venue here, they don't care.
The options that a lot of bands are left with is like pretty much they either don't sell their merch at these places or they raise their prices because that's the only way that they can make a fair shake of it. A lot of artists have talked about this. One in particular that our friend Jackson, friend of the show, Jackson, artist Jeff Rosenstock has said a lot about this. He said, this is going to cause us to sell our merch for higher prices than we'd like to. Blah, 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 blah. This is going to cause us to sell our merch for higher prices than we'd like to do, like to at certain venues. We think that sucks. The argument for the cut is, quote, well, fucko, we give you a place to sell your merchandise. By that logic, we should also be getting a cut of the bar for hundreds of thousands of people and their cash to the venue that night. So that's a really solid argument.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you're talking about the larger scale shit. When we talk about smaller bands and smaller venues, I mean, the whole point is that, yes, we are bringing people for the bar to spend money on, but like there are also smaller spaces. They are realistically giving small bands a space to play. When you're talking about larger bands, larger acts, like they are the ones bringing people to your place of business.
Yeah, generally nobody just goes to the Bomb Factory.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
there are probably like a dozen people in Dallas who do that.
Well,
because they talk during every show. But generally people go to see a band.
Well, and the idea behind it originally was that venues were saying, okay, well, for shows that don't have the capacity that we want, we still need to find a way to recoup that money for having the event. So we're going to ask that you give us 20% of your merch.
Right.
But then it's just like everything else in terms of business and music, it's gotten way blown out of proportion.
So, I mean, like, think about how much shirt costs at a lot of these shows, right? That's expensive.
Well, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the average is, but if you want to make money selling a shirt, generally, you need to sell your shirt for like at least $20.
Yep.
At least. That's on the low end.
Right. At least $20. If you're a small band, maybe taking these shirts to like a small show, you realistically need to be charging like $30 because you have to remember they're transporting these to each show for a national show, especially. And on top of that, they've got their credit card processing fees because people are not paying for these in cash generally anymore. And they're going to give whatever percentage to the venue or Live Nation.
There goes your headroom for profit.
It's
right. Even on a $30 shirt, you're not making a profit then.
Especially if you try to get it all a quality shirt.
Yeah. If you're spending legit money on nice shirts, you're making no money on those sales, which then requires the artists to put them at higher prices, and these smaller acts just don't want to do that. I mean, bigger bands, a lot of them don't want to do like the way of the world, but like smaller bands that have these tighter like DIY communities, it's like, well, this is my only choice.
Right. Well, and if you go sell if you're at a house show trying to sell a $35 shirt, nobody's going to buy it.
Right, exactly.
Just being realistic.
Or a silly freshman is going to buy it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Someone new to the house show scene is going to go, oh my God, $35 for a shirt
in
a house?
Bands play at houses here. I need to tell my friends back home.
Of course I'll buy a shirt.
So Live Nation has gotten a lot of shit for taking merch cuts. And Live Nation has gotten a lot of shit for a lot of other stuff in the last year. Like the dynamic pricing. Dynamic pricing is one of the other things. So Live Nation is really looking for any sort of thing they can make themselves look even halfway decent.
Well, and even in the past when it was like fees, hidden fees and things like that you order online, it's like, what the hell is happening?
I will say they're going... Now they're caring more about their image because they're probably going to lose their hidden fees. They're probably going to lose all the junk fees.
Because of all this, that's happening in Congress, right?
So now they're going to have to compete based on price and being like a good company, for lack of a better way
And
to phrase
that's
it.
the thing that started in New York that you're referencing?
I mean, it's in Congress now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Holy
Congress,
shit.
I believe, passed it.
Good.
Or it's probably waiting on the House because we don't have a Speaker of the House right now.
Never say.
So that may not happen,
but never say that Joe Brandon didn't do nothing for you. All right.
Go, Brandon.
He's taking away those fees on country shows too.
So they launched the On the Road Again program. It's inspired by Willie Nelson.
Good friend Willie Nelson.
I hope they paid him a lot of money.
So
He probably donated a lot of money.
yeah,
No, I mean, well, to them, I mean,
Or to the cause.
that
Yeah.
seems more likely. I just
Yeah.
mean, I hope he got something good out of it because
so
they're using his likeness in some of this marketing too.
they
And he's
a lot
involved
of
in it.
Yeah,
He's involved in
Yeah,
it.
he,
Right.
so some of the so this is quotes from him. He said, "Touring is important to artists, so whatever we can do to help other artists, I think we should do it. This program will impact thousands of artists this year and help make touring a little bit easier." Now this whole thing doesn't have an end date, right? So this could end tomorrow. It could be forever. But this doesn't have an expiration date for how long this lasts. So starting whenever this was posted, all acts playing through Live Nation will receive a $1,500 gas and travel cash stipend per show to basically help with all of that extra shit they have to deal with, right? Talking about traveling and transporting the merch and having crew and having a merch person on tour, $1,500 a show for each thing that's a big deal.
Massive.
That's a big fucking deal.
I don't know about you guys, but I've done some tours where it's like maybe we didn't make $1,500 in a weekend.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
This seems to me like more paying artists actual like good rates behind a little marketing thing, which is fine as long as that continues. To your point about it not being forever,
right. And then as part of the program, the company's bars and clubs will no longer charge merchandise fees, so the bands can keep 100% of their merch sales, which is now like a phrased thing that's like, oh my god, how lucky are we?
It's like, no, we're back to neutral, you fucking
how
assholes.
nice you get to keep your 10% profit margin.
Right.
Exactly. So it is a good move to do these things. This is really nice, but they have to do this at this point, like Adam said. So yeah, and there's a full list of participating venues.
There's like 2 in Dallas.
yeah. But
I'm sure we'll see more added.
I mean, that's the other part is it's not every Live Nation venue.
Yes.
It's select
participating venues. Yes, exactly. So this is a good thing at the end of the day, but it's like it's a really poor Band-Aid. It's a Band-Aid that just kind of feels like, I don't know.
It's a Band-Aid for the poor.
Or it's like oh, you sliced your thumb wide open. Why don't we just put a Band-Aid on it? Like, you don't need stitches, Oh, you chopped your thumb off? Put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah.
That's closer to what it feels like to me. But I'll take some kind of progress with this.
Well, and you also consider so how much are they giving each band? How many times are they going to do that over the course of a year? And if that's going to affect their profits or not?
Yeah,
it won't.
Their profit last year is $300 million, which for a global giant is not that high. They maybe don't have that much room to play with, but they're not giving all that away.
Yeah.
But it says in the article too, as well, I think that they're providing money for like venues to help book other artists.
Yeah, they
and
are.
to help local acts get more of a spotlight in their local cities.
You're right.
But I would feel like with more scrutinous things such as this, where it's like, okay, you're going to get $1,500 to play this venue, then they're probably going to be more choosy with. Nothing comes without a cost.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and there's also the cynical take of this is them guaranteeing they feed more artists into their ecosystem instead of going to venues that are not Live Nation. Because it's a competitive defense thing at this point. What's the second biggest ticket sale company?
I don't know.
AXS or whatever.
Oh yeah, AXS. Yeah.
So maybe they're going to have to come out and do something similar because now it's a competitive disadvantage for them to not be doing that, even though they weren't screwing people over by charging, taking a percentage of them.
The conclusion here is that monopolies are not good.
Yeah, they're bad.
Wait, what?
And the game is not good either.
The game is bad. I agree with that one. I
think
agree with the first one too, but I was trying to do a bit.
I got you there.
Thank you.
Monopolies that everybody's been just talking about. Nobody did anything about any of this.
Yeah.
The last 20 years.
Yeah.
I know. Sorry, Eddie Vedder. We hear you now.
So real quick, out of the norm for us, if you're watching the live stream right now, thank you so much. It would help us a lot if you like the stream, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. Back to the programming.
Thank you so much.
You said that they made $300 million last year.
That's what I quickly pulled up.
That is close to the amount of money that Katy Perry sold her catalog for. Dude, do you see that fucking?
That's
Dude.
good.
That's a layup.
Ow.
That's a layup. That's a
And
reference. I
would
was
you,
referencing
would you
something for. It's a
argue
layup.
that that's all profit for her too at this point?
Yeah,
That's just free money. All these music sale.
Free money.
it's free money.
I mean, for the artist, like you've already done the work.
Yeah.
You've done the touring. You've done the recording.
I mean, okay, so she sold her catalog. We've talked about this kind of stuff before. She sold her whole catalog to a company called Litmus for $225 million. This is pretty wild. It's for her 5 studio albums. And have you looked at this company at all? Have you looked at Litmus?
I have
at all?
not.
Okay.
This is a different company from the other one.
There's another article I found that has a list of all of these catalogs that are like all these artist catalogs that have been sold, and some of them are just not listed amounts.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. So Litmus has acquired only three catalogs: Katy Perry's, Keith Urban's, and fuck, I just lost it.
I don't know that artist.
Fuck, Benny Blanco.
Benny Blanco already sold his
Benny
music.
Blanco, Katy Perry.
I mean,
I thought he was newer.
If somebody
Now-
comes to you and says, "Would you like $100 million?" You say, "Yeah."
Well, yeah.
Now, according to this list, Katy Perry's, based on what we know, things have been sold for, is one of the largest amounts.
Right.
Yeah.
Hypnosis is one of the other big ones. They're very public about how much they are buying these for.
But Hypnosis
other
is,
ones are not.
yeah, Hypnosis is on this list, but we don't see exactly how. Like Justin Timberlake's is estimated 100 million.
Estimated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, I said that backwards. They're very quiet about what they're spending their money on.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
keep raising tons of money, so people are able to guess how many
right.
hundreds of millions they're buying all these for.
So if you go to Litmus's website, it is that sketch isn't the right word.
It's just a WordPress template.
It's you go to the website and it's like their logo, which is lit, and then mus, but it's supposed to be music. That's
Yeah.
the right. It's their logo, and then that's it. And then you click about, and it's we buy shit. And
Wow.
then you click it has the 3 artists. That's it's nothing. It's nothing information.
I was about to ask, do we know who it is? But yeah, they do disclose.
They do have that. They do have the founders listed there. And it's actually related to the Carlyle Global Credit Group is also part of the stuff with we'll talk about later too, which is
that's the whole site.
people with
Wow.
money. It's crazy. Yeah.
Sorry
I mean,
to sidetrack for a second.
if
I
you-
think
yeah.
we got our first Patreon subscriber.
Oh, did we?
Did we?
It
worked.
was Ian.
Ian. Oh my.
So it does work.
Ian, thank you so much. You're gonna
Thanks.
have to wait for the episode to upload, but thanks.
You can't watch it mid live
Yeah, you
episode.
stick with us, and hopefully when we're done, it'll be uploaded. And then you
Yeah.
can watch that too.
Text me your address. We'll send the stuff out.
Yeah, we'll be messaging people on Patreon for that.
Yeah, yeah.
cool.
We'll
I think
for
there's
sure.
a way for us to do that, but
There
they
is.
changed the whole website, so I don't know anymore.
There's a way for us to do that, and just a forewarning, it will take us a little bit to get it sent out, and just because I gotta get all the stuff printed still.
Yeah,
but
it'll take us a week.
Ian, you'll have a special surprise with yours as well. So, anyway,
It's a juice bag.
it's not a fucking juice. Yeah, I'm gonna fill his package with juice. That is that the Katy Perry thing. It's just a lot of money. Super interesting to talk about all this stuff. Still, people are just selling their fucking catalogs away.
I'm so curious about the ins and outs.
This company seems so out of nowhere. They have nothing on their website, and they're just here's $225 million.
Yeah.
Thanks. And I don't know if you guys read much of the press from the people who run the company, but it's just talks about Katy Perry's music is so important to our world. We believe this is a testament to the team's ability to. Oh no, that's the wrong quote. Never mind. There's a quote that I found that was we think Katy Perry songs are an essential part of the global cultural fabric. That's it.
I mean, they're not necessarily wrong in terms of how well those records have done.
But it's what a fucking what that's
It's
that's
a wild statement.
That's a statement. Monetarily, I'm sure there's something there.
Well, and that's all they're interested in. You don't sell something you don't buy something for $200 million and go like,
Sure.
I just like it.
Well, I mean, there is an aspect of this of like it's very much like venture capital funds, like buying companies and funding startups and stuff. This is all like so far. I think this is all speculative. There's no guarantee they're going to make any money off of these deals. They're not going to lose all their money, but they're not going to turn like $200 million on her catalog into $1 billion.
Dude.
They're banking on like streaming being the thing and like raising prices. I think is probably part of it.
If this becomes crypto, I'm gonna be so happy. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I have on that. I agree. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. But I mean, artists are just selling their shit left and right, and in a lot of cases, I don't blame them.
Right.
me neither.
Well, there's more buyers. Prices are probably going to go up.
Yep.
Goldman Sachs is exploring doing a group to just do this.
Damn.
With like a $3 billion annual budget or something like that.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Money upsets me. Speaking of that,
It's the weirdest. Sorry to cut you off there.
I was about to fucking lay up into the next one, man.
You can still do it.
You can still do it. The weird. We're both just like, shut up, Hagen. You got this. The weirdest thing about it is that it's not musicians. So at this point, it's purely business.
Hypnosis is musicians.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still, like at that level, you're not you're not going to a gig.
But if you look at like people who like who've run the music industry forever, it's not a lot of
Yeah, I know.
musicians. It's businessmen.
It's big business.
Old fat white guys that are like, oh, I like your music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's how they approach
historically.
those negotiations. Yeah.
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 That's how it
yeah.
goes.
Yeah. That is true. That is true.
That's how the Beyonce AMC deal went. That's
Yeah,
how the
exactly.
AMC CEO was just like, I like your concert. I'd like to buy it.
I was hoping you were going to launch into the same kind of shtick I just put on there.
No, it was
A
not.
couple of snorts.
I wasn't going to go that far. I don't want to get in trouble.
Okay, that's fair.
Whatever.
With the big money man? Yeah.
Speaking of money,
Money is bad. That's
money
what it was.
money is bad and also fake. Bandcamp has been acquired again. Was this not confusing to you?
Which part? Just in general?
Most of like
It was confusing when they got acquired in the first place.
I saw that headline that they were acquired, and I was like, wait a fucking second. We had this whole long thing about why we were pissed or whatever that Epic Games bought Bandcamp. And it's been a year and a half, and now another company is acquiring Bandcamp.
Yeah.
They're just like fucking hopping all over the place, dude.
Yeah.
So,
Well, to be fair, part of this is because maybe Epic doesn't know what they're doing
okay. So
as a business.
let's have some fun with Epic. Let's shit on Epic a little bit. They can take it. What do you know about Epic Games, Dave? Do you remember anything when we talked about this before?
We need to use our Twitter account so the CEO gets mad at us there.
Tim Sweeney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does that.
I don't remember much.
Okay.
I remember we talked about some of the games that
Do you
they've been
remember
involved in.
the games, the big game that Epic has made?
Was it Final Fantasy?
No.
Oh.
Starts with an F.
Yeah, that was good. I would say that counts.
Doesn't.
Now I'm just looking at thinking about games that start with F. Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's not Five Nights. That sucks that you know what that is.
Well, dude, I'm hipping with it. Okay.
That sucks. I guess there's a movie coming out, so maybe that's why you know what it is.
Yeah. Well, sure.
Is that?
I've taught students those.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't remember which game.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
So Epic Games, they got on the map for a game called Gears of War. They've made a lot of other games, but their big claim to fame is Fortnite.
And the game engine.
In the game
that
engine,
runs that.
yes.
Big claim to fame.
It's huge. So in March of 2022, they acquired Bandcamp for reasons that were confusing. But I think that Bandcamp has seen their app is better.
They invested money in it.
Yeah,
obviously.
they're still they kept doing the Bandcamp Fridays thing.
That was a kind of a surprise.
Yeah, there's Bandcamp didn't really seem to they seem to improve from this, and a lot of people were worried they wouldn't. So
Well, and I think part of the reason that this makes sense for them to have bought it in the first place, we talked about on the other episode when this happened, was that Epic does sell games. They have their own game store, which was part of the whole problem with them getting kicked off the App Store for trying to sell their own games under the App Store.
yeah.
Bit messy, but it makes sense. They wanted to sell other types of media.
Yeah. So, so now, this is like a couple weeks ago, and this was a really big deal. Maybe like a week ago. This is a big deal in the gaming community. Epic laid off 16% of their employees. 16%. Now they are basically doing it because Fortnite is taken over the world again. Fortnite is a huge game again. It never was like bottom of the barrel, but it had its ebbs and flows. And in the statement, they said, for a while now, we've been spending way more money than we earn, investing in the next evolution of Epic and growing Fortnite as a metaverse-inspired ecosystem for creators. I had long been optimistic that we could power through this transition without layoffs, but in retrospect, I see this was unrealistic. While Fortnite is starting to grow again, the growth is driven primarily by creator content with significant revenue sharing. And this is a lower margin business than we had when Fortnite Battle Royale took off and began funding our expansion. So basically everyone knows it's all about people who just fucking play the game. That's what's getting them money again, is like content creators, people who are partnering with inside the game because they do like in-game events. Like Travis Scott had like a concert inside of Fortnite.
I was about to say they had the weird Star Wars like thing too.
Yeah,
where it was like, I hope you watched this in Fortnite before you go see the fucking movie.
Exactly. Yes.
It's so strange.
So Fortnite has really made like a partnering thing with their content within the game. Epic has for Fortnite. So things like Bandcamp, and they've acquired other such companies, were not saved. So Bandcamp got sold off to another company called Song Trader. Now this company seems confusing because they seem to be like we're a place where musicians and other people can like meet. Like it's a fucking social media. What are you doing? It's like a licensing platform. Yeah. It's a licensing platform.
It's a licensing thing they sold as like social media to get investor money.
Yeah. Because the way they talk about it is like it's supposed to the way they talk about it in like their press releases and stuff is like it's supposed to connect the musician directly with the developers. So like the artist can go direct to like a producer on television, or say like a developer for a video game, and be directly in communication with them like a social media platform,
right?
To then make their deals.
It should be. I think it's supposed to be aimed at like independent artists too.
Yeah.
Because normally that would go through a label. The label does all that. Like.
Yeah.
This is, if you're selling your music on Bandcamp, in theory, you might also have a reason to use this if you want to license your songs to be in a random Netflix show.
And they made it seem like you could just select that as an option on Bandcamp.
Yeah, that's
like,
what
I want my music to be available for
going
that.
to do.
You just gotta make sure that the payout is reasonable.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, it's probably
I wouldn't jump on that right away.
So
it's cool.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
it'll
of
be
course.
an option. It also feels like the kind of thing Bandcamp could have just done on their own.
Mm-hmm.
There
depends on the resources.
Yeah. There is a thing, for those who don't know, called sync licensing. Okay. So basically, people go through sync licensing to have their music featured on TV shows. This is a really, really common service, and sometimes people upload up to like hundreds of songs before this works. But this is the service that I know a lot of people have used, whether it be like TikTokers or friends of mine that I've seen have had major success with uploading their music on there, and people who are making, like music for TV shows scroll through it and go, oh, this would be perfect for me. And then that person who likes the song can reach out to the artist and go, hey, do you have this song but clean? Or hey, can I have an instrumental version of this song? Or so on and so forth. And then once you send all that, then they can send a deal, and you can get paid. Like there's people who that's their whole income, is they literally just upload shit onto this licensing platform, and they just make some odd thousands of dollars per song, call it a day.
And usually equates to what we call mailbox money, which is where you get residual checks.
Yes. So
that are not what they used to be, but still cool.
Well, for those kind of deals,
it's still good.
For those kind of deals, they are they're big. But that's my biggest fear here, is that someone couldn't make a living off of this kind of thing.
No.
But I would hope that maybe they could. I mean, that would be amazing if this company actually made it work to where it was possible to make a living off of it. But we'll see. There was a concerning thing. Pitchfork they reached out and asked if the Bandcamp daily would be affected, and Songtrader declined to comment. So it seems like maybe we're gonna get some changes onto Bandcamp now, but who knows?
Yeah.
For some reason I was more okay with a video game company buying them than this.
Well, that
I think
feels
it's just
more
'cause
like
they're distracted.
Yeah.
Like they're doing their video game thing, and they're just putting money into Bandcamp was a profitable business.
Yeah, exactly.
All they did was buy a profitable business. That makes sense if you have money just coming in from Fortnite. Purchase something small that you can buy and just let it run. I don't understand why they're not going to continue to do that. It's not like Bandcamp's losing money now, I would imagine. So
no, there's no fucking way.
I wonder if at this point, if Bandcamp can't exist without someone supporting them like that, with some of the updates and things that they've done, and the infrastructure probably has grown quite a bit.
I think they're probably fine.
So then they're not going to make a stupid choice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Bandcamp people had any
They
decision
didn't
to
have
make.
they didn't have a say in this.
I would assume
you think Epic
they
was
have
like, "Do
nothing
you want
to do with
this?"
it. I think it's more likely. I mean, Epic is owned by Tencent, which is
Yeah.
a Chinese like financial institution,
Yeah.
basically like an investor in a bunch of stuff. Seems way more likely to me that they went to Epic and said, "What's his name? The CEO guy."
Tim Sweeney.
They went to Tim Sweeney and they said, "Hey, you need to come up with like several $100 million today, like,
Yeah.
or you're gone out of your own company," kind of deal. And so he's like, "All right, cool. I'll throw Bandcamp out." Like,
Yeah. Yeah, the term that was used was divesting, which I have never heard that term before.
it's a company just selling off a subsidiary.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's literally like that literally says that they are not that Bandcamp had no say in it.
Right.
It was just like here.
It's like what Disney's discussing to do with ESPN. It's like if they divest of ESPN, they will just sell ESPN, and everybody who works at ESPN is going to be like, "Oh shit, I don't work for Disney anymore. I'm going to lose my job," kind of thing.
Yeah, fuck.
Companies suck.
Yeah, companies suck. But not just companies. People suck too.
These good transitions.
We've talked about this guy before, and maybe he doesn't suck anymore, but no, he still sucks.
He still sucks.
He still sucks. Matty Healy has apologized once again, and I literally copy and pasted that headline in the notes. Was a headline that I read was Matty Healy apologizes again. So Matty Healy is apologizing for basically just being a prick.
For those of you who don't know, he's the lead singer of 1975.
The 1975, yes. He has said a lot of very offensive and a lot of moderately but still racist things, and very offensive things towards women, and he's said a lot of bad stuff. Most recently, did you see this one?
No.
The Boy Genius one? Did you see this one?
No.
I can't say the whole thing.
I can only imagine where this is going, though.
Okay, so he tweeted at Lucy Dacus, who's in Boy Genius.
One of the three main members.
Yeah, I want to pull up the whole thing because there's a quote tweet. Because Lucy Dacus is also so fucking funny on Twitter. When Obama tweeted that he added Boy Genius song to like his like summer playlist or whatever, she retweeted it and said like war criminal smiley face. So that's fucking great. Oops. Oops. Just a little war criminal. So Matty Healy tweeted, I told Lucy Dacus that Boy Genius had inspired me and George to start a new band called Girl R Word, but said the R word. I don't really hear from her that often. And then she quote tweeted it and said, "You don't hear from me at all."
Oh.
Yeah.
What a weird.
Are we 15?
No, it's not even. That's not even that level of a joke. That's like
that's bad. Are we going to dissect this?
I can't get past like it's not even like there's a lot of like offensive jokes where you're like, oh, that's offensive and that's bad, but I do understand there's humor there.
Yeah.
There's not humor here.
No,
this is
there's
just
not.
stupid.
I hope so badly that he thought of that tweet, turned to whoever he was like, this George guy, whoever he was making the tweet with, and was like, do you get it? It's like Boy Genius, but girl R word. Isn't that funny? And like someone in the room had to be like, yeah.
Yeah, you should post that for the world to read.
He deactivated his Twitter account after that.
I'm surprised.
And then he apologized.
Yeah.
Stand by your jokes. If you're going to make a stupid joke like that, stand by it.
So that's what he did and kind of didn't do also. So he was performing at the 1975 was performing at the Hollywood Bowl, and Matty Healy did a big apology. He basically was saying like, I know that like what I did was, you know what?
Fuck it. I think it is important to take inventory of yourself so you become aware when your intentions and your actions don't align. So because of my actions have hurt some people, I apologize to those people, and I pledge to be better moving forward. But I think it's also important I express my intentions so everybody knows that there is no ill will coming from me. You see, as an artist, I want to create an environment for myself to perform where not everything I do is taken literally.
There's no other way to take that, you fucking moron. There's no other way to take that.
This is like somebody told him like David Bowie made some bad comments when he was high on coke in the 80s, and it's like, oh, I can pretend it was the character.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's like doesn't even understand it.
He goes on and to say that he's performed exaggerated versions of himself to attempt to fulfill the character of a
21st century rock star.
That was like his thing. Okay. He continued.
The stupid thing.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can probably also say that men would rather do offensive impressions for attention than go to therapy.
Proceeds to then pull out like cue cards and reads a BetterHelp ad on stage. The guy is doing an apology, does a bit in the apology.
It's working. We're talking about it.
Yeah, I was about to ask like, why do we care about him? But
Yeah, I guess so.
How much can he do and still get away with? I wonder what it's like to be a band member in that band with him.
Yeah.
decreasingly profitable.
Yeah.
Selling like they're playing to like big crowds. People were cheering the whole fucking time he's doing this speech.
I'd probably divest from that band.
So like it's funny though because he said like, yeah, when we're done with this tour, we're gonna go on an indefinite hiatus from shows.
That's why he's apologizing.
Nope. I talked to a friend of the show, Jackson, about that, and they have done that after every tour. It just means they're gonna write another album. That's all.
That's boring.
Yeah.
Very boring.
It's what he does. It's what he does. It's crazy.
Don't say you're on hiatus.
Well, it makes people talk again. That actually works. People fucking talk about that for sure. So he sucks. I'm sorry for the you can like the 1975. That's totally fine. I'm like whatever. But that guy.
I just realized
sucks.
I don't know what their music is.
No, I don't know a single song of
That's
theirs.
all right. That's all right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go seek it out.
Yeah,
No.
You're all right. You're all right. You know who was sought out? I got it. You know who was sought out was Dwayne Davis.
What's his nickname?
I forgot his nickname.
It's like Keefy D or something.
Yeah. It's
I read that
it's
as
Keefy D.
yeah. It was like Keefy D. That's not a scary name
That's
for
not
what
a-
we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
It's
very-
Keefy D, bitch.
Yeah, it's like an animated show. In
Exactly.
The 80s.
Yeah, like a South Park character.
So Keefy D. Do you know? Oh my God! Do you know why that's his nickname?
Why?
Because his
no.
middle name is Keith and his last name is Davis. So it's
man.
Keefy D.
That's
Keefy.
That's boring.
Hey,
It
if
is
your name was
boring.
Keith
Did
and
he
someone,
give himself a nickname?
No
that
shot. No.
sounds like a self nickname.
Yeah, that's
It's
what
really
I'm
funny
I don't
when
know.
people give themselves their own nickname.
And
Axe
or
John.
they introduce themselves with that.
it's
friend,
really
of, friend,
funny.
friend of the show. Axe
Friend of the
John.
show, Axe John. Fart ass.
That one's better.
If your name was Keith and someone was like, "What's up, Keefy?" Would you be like, "Please don't"?
I don't know.
Like
Yeah, I don't have a name where that's been a problem. I guess
album?
that's fine.
People call me Hagee all the time.
I'd call you Hagee.
Yeah.
Eggs and Hagee.
Yeah, people call me Hagee.
Hey,
all the
hey.
time. Yeah, I don't get hey. I don't like that one so much.
Yeah. Well, guess what?
It depends on the person though. Like, I know somebody named Michael who insists on don't call him Mike or Mikey or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's Michael or bust.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wow.
Adam's hard to like do like. Adam,
there's not a fun like,
Ad.
nickname with
I
it.
could do like a cute. Hi Adam. Hi.
That's just weird.
Ad.
Adam.
Ad.
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 What's up, Ad?
That's what I call my brother. I have another brother named Adam. Ad.
Ad.
But he didn't give
damn.
himself that nickname.
No.
That's crazy.
That's the weird part. This sounds like a nickname he gave himself.
Yeah.
his name is not the interesting part.
What's interesting about this? What's interesting about Keefy D?
Keefy D
Hey,
has
hey.
been Keefy D has been arrested as the suspected, in big old fucking quotes, as being part of the murder of Tupac Shakur.
But that was in 1996.
It's crazy this is still happening. It's fucking insane. And do you want to know why this is even more? Did you guys read any of this shit?
No.
Did you guys see anything about this?
I did not.
This guy has been saying since 2009 he was part of this. It's actually wild. He went to the police and he told them that he was part of the Tupac Shakur murder. And he has changed his story from what he told
They're
the
just
police.
like, get out of here, Keefy.
Well, no, they made a deal with him that he
They
could
did.
lead to it's like a pliffy or something
Yeah.
to help him to help the police get to the people who actually
Sure,
did it.
okay.
He admitted to being there and saying that he was a part of it.
So He
admitted it.
and he has since changed what he said, but it's not like he changed it yesterday when they fucking arrested him. They arrested him like what, Saturday, I think? Friday or Saturday? Like he didn't change it then. He was on a podcast in like 2018 and was like, yeah, I know. I was a part of it. I can't believe I can still say this. Like I can't believe I'm talking about this and nothing's gonna happen to me. Because it didn't for a long fucking time.
What's the word, though? Is it like punity or puntive or something like that?
He has immunity?
No, I don't know if it's immunity. But the word they were saying in that CNN article or whatever it was.
So
I can't remember it.
There's also stories of people who were grew up with him, and he basically like has been talking about it with groups of friends like in his like community for a long time. There's like a football player that was like at a college team, and they were talking like, oh my god, like do you know about this person, blah blah blah. And then Tupac came up and he was like, oh yeah, I know who killed him, and everybody does in my neighborhood because he just talks about it all the fucking time. So yes, so he was arraigned today, I believe.
But they had to hold it off for like 2 weeks because his attorney was like, I need 2 weeks.
Dude, you're done.
Yeah.
You're fucking done. Yeah. So he didn't actually kill Tupac, I should say. He's believed to be the person who basically like made the plan. He was like the quote unquote shot caller who organized the whole thing. Did you see that Suge Knight is not going to testify?
I'm not surprised.
Suge Knight will not be testifying against against or for Keefe D.
Surprisingly smart move there.
Surprisingly smart move. Yes,
yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, I mean, I think the part that upsets me the most is cops suck. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like it blows my fucking mind. This
Here is the answer to the case that everybody knows about.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, and I mean he did go in and he said stuff, but like at the same time, like he has been changing what he's been saying for years. It didn't start yesterday.
Well, I mean, memories get blurry over the years, but something like that shouldn't.
And that seems like at that point it sounds kind of like cops are intentionally letting him not stick to the story, hoping it gets more blurred, and then they can be like, well, we can't do anything with that now. It's totally different.
And the other thing too is that he was diagnosed with cancer. That's why he's been talking about it more.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, people do have a tendency to talk more about stuff like that when they're dying.
Yeah.
Sir, it's terminal. Well, I shot Tupac.
I would like everybody to know.
Yeah.
Well, I was sitting next to the guy that shot Tupac.
It was like his nephew or something had a beef with Tupac, right? And that's part of what caused
this. There definitely there was like yes, the nephew thing, but then also like P. Diddy is still quoted somewhere on here as being a part of it. Like he's still referenced somewhere in this as like someone who is involved, but nothing will ever happen of that.
No, of course not. Unless he gets diagnosed with terminal cancer.
Diddy will be fine.
And then starts going around and telling everybody I did it.
Yeah.
That would be
Diddy did
funny. Diddy did it?
Keefe didn't.
That's the name of the book.
Yeah.
If I did it. If I did it. That's so fucking good. Yeah, it was delayed for 2 weeks. God, that's so fucking funny.
I'd like some more time.
Yeah, exactly.
To do my homework.
Basically what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, the DA said this case is like no other. Like, yeah, I guess, except he's saying he did it.
Yeah, but they were like, we need to make sure that there's beyond a reasonable doubt that he did it.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's like, it's just ridiculous. But yeah, so that's a crazy story. I am incredibly impressed with.
Stay tuned for the new Netflix show, Making Keefe D a Murderer.
Yeah.
The documentary.
They've already signed the rights.
Yeah, exactly.
Making Keefe D a murderer. He's just like, I did it. I did it.
It sounds like a Chappelle Show sketch.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. Okay, so we're getting close to an hour here.
I was about to say, we'll just flat out say that's going to be the after show. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to do what we're listening to here?
We should.
And then move on. Yeah. So this is a new thing for everybody. Like we said at the top, we have started a Patreon. So we are going to be splitting extra long episodes up. So you still got your bit of news, but we have some more to talk about, like some Taylor Swift. I'm sure you haven't heard enough about that. You want the Wi-Fi password?
I want the Wi-Fi password.
There you go.
I mean, we can say what we're going to talk about. It's not.
Yeah,
we don't have to be like secret about it.
We're going to be talking about Scooter Braun. There was the mass exodus of his clients, and we're going to talk about some of his background, and then we're also going to talk about Taylor Swift and all of the shit with Travis Kelce. So if you want all of that stuff, join the Patreon. It's in the chat. It's in the description. $5 a month. It gets you extra content. The first episode's uploading now. It gets you a koozie. It gets you a coaster, a magnet, all that fun stuff.
I'm going to go ahead and say I think that pretty much every episode will have something after that's just on the Patreon. Just realistically, I think we will continue talking.
We can talk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
we got
the
it.
thing.
Yeah, you got it.
And Ian's partner also became a member.
Hey, let's go!
Thanks, Jessica.
I hadn't considered. We got to think about international shipping now.
Oh, I know, and it's very expensive.
I know. I deal with that.
Yep.
It's not that bad in Canada.
We can
actually,
send
to be
both
fair.
of theirs at the same time.
Yeah, it's easy.
Well,
yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And juice boxes.
And juice
Juice
bags.
Well, no, they can get those there. So shouldn't we send them a juice box?
Send them a juice box.
An American
They will
juice
go,
box?
what is this?
I wonder, can you send that into Canada? Do they just not allow boxes?
I don't know. Don't allow boxes.
Okay, so we are going to talk about what we're listening to here.
Yeah, we are
so
gonna do
everybody can get that information if they want. And I will be adding. I haven't done it yet. I'll update the playlist after tonight, and they'll go into every single show description on YouTube right away as soon as we're done with the extra stuff. I have mostly been listening to, and I mentioned his name earlier. Jeff Rosenstock, his album Hellmode. Jackson has been talking our fucking ear off about this guy all year. Like, it really has felt like for most of this year he's been talking about this guy, and he released an album Hellmode at the beginning of September, actually, and I think it's fucking wonderful. It's really hard for me to describe it. If you listen to it, you're gonna get DIY vibes. So the first song, you'll be like, is this a ska song? Is this a punk song? And then some of the songs are like, oh, is this an emo song? Oh, is this an alt rock song? My only gripe with it is like a little bit of the production is meh, but again, if you listen to it, you're gonna get a DIY vibe. This person, Jeff Rosenstock, is very, very DIY, but the writing is incredible. Everything about it's great. If you're into anything related to ska, emo, punk, anything like that. I hate that ska was first, but
that's how it goes.
If you like any of that stuff, I highly suggest checking out Hellmode by Jeff Rosenstock.
I've got the new Wilco record, Cousin. And I figure as I'm nearing my 35th birthday, I should lower the landing gear.
It's like, you're not 35 yet, dude.
No, I'm nearing it, though. So
Yeah,
I'm like sampling it, trying to see what's on the other side of the fence.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for me yet, but it's good. And
Because you're not 35 yet.
No,
you don't get it yet.
And Snow Angel by Reneé Rapp.
So
it's
good.
so good.
It's so good, dude. Oh, it's so good. She's absolutely incredible. If you want like a pop hit, that's like,
Yeah.
it's a fucking pop.
pop magic.
Yeah, it's a pop banger of an album. Absolutely incredible.
I've got Nation of Language, which is a band I think I found and discovered for me last year, maybe the year before. They have a new album coming that is out, Strange Disciple. I don't like it as much as the last one. I'm kind of disappointed.
Oh.
Maybe it's a grower.
I think it will grow on me. I've listened to it just once so far. I know I should go back, but the previous album was just an instant like, oh, that's like album of the year for me. Not that it came out that year, but when I found it.
This is gonna be a tough year for album of the year.
There's a lot of
It
good
is.
shit.
I did think this was going to be on the list, and I don't think it is, unfortunately.
the
I
playlist.
still will say, if you liked their first album, check this out, though.
We're gonna have to go through a lot of stuff, and also be ready for all that stuff, the album of the year stuff, end of year things. We're gonna have our end of year party in December, and it's October. That's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy. It's October. So I was thinking about that today. I
And
was
it
like,
was
man,
still 100 degrees today.
Yeah, I know. And humid. So humid.
It's nice
Yeah.
now because
Yeah.
it rained.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Anyway, anybody got anything else?
Thanks for supporting us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for hanging out with us.
Thank you for supporting us. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe on the YouTube. If you're listening, find us on or follow us on whatever podcast app you're using. Subscribe, all that good shit. It helps us out a ton. If you're on social media, DFTA Podcast on Instagram. I archived over 100 posts or about 100 posts last night, and have
That's
a
still
whole,
not everything.
It's like 100 something posts still.
Oh.
But I
Wait,
kept
you
like,
doing this by hand? Oh.
no, there's
Okay.
there's Instagram has a thing for it.
Okay.
Yeah. There's still a lot. There's still a lot of shit that was posted. And it's fine. But so I but if you don't follow us on Instagram, follow us, because starting tomorrow, I'm going to be posting a bunch of stuff as well as the Patreon announcement, and reels and all that good shit are going to go on there too. And Don't Be the Artist on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, go follow us there. Posting a few times a week. And yeah, come support us on Patreon. Come hang out with us there. We're going to be doing some really fun stuff there, I think. It's going to be a ton of fun. Anybody got anything else?
No.
All right. Well, we will see you on the other side.
Oh, let us know what you think Adam says here.
Fuck off! Get rid of town!
I don't think we've ever addressed that was me.
We have.
We
You've
have.
said that before. I think we've
Yeah.
said that's me.
Oh,
And then I
maybe.
usually end the episode right
Maybe.
there.
Yeah.
Fuck off! Get rid of town!
Bye.
I mean, I forgot what I said.